What's the banana for? Oh, that's not a banana. Where did this come from? Think. I hope that this thing works. I'm trying to just get all the nerves out, get the lighting right, figure out how to get them away from my glasses. Maybe I just look down a little bit more. Oh, hi, welcome. My name is Clay, and I am a variety streamer on Twitch and an amateur YouTuber. So I'm glad that you stopped by because we are about to embark on a little bit of a journey, talking a little bit about Hitman 3 in VR. Now, I know what you're going to say. Clay, Hitman 3 VR sucks. Why are you talking about it? As you know, it was a highly anticipated title for VR. Everyone was really excited about it, and it finally came into our hands, and it was pretty much meh. But we're going to dig into a little bit of my experience with it. Now, for me, I was able to hang out with my chat on Twitch, and it made that whole experience a lot of fun. So we made fun of some of the bugs that we saw and a lot of the crazy things that we experienced in the game, and I want to share that with you. Now, first things first, what you can see, and I'll tell you my general experience, is I was able to use the Oculus Quest 2 headset with an Elite strap with battery, and was able to stream the game, sort of stream the game, wirelessly through Airlink. And I'll tell you right now, it was an amazing experience to do everything completely disconnected and cable free. While this was not specifically a check mark in the plus column, it made my experience with the game a lot better. So I implore everyone here to give that a shot. Try Airlink if you can, and embrace this completely disconnected, so to speak, space of VR. So let's jump right in. Let's talk a little bit about the good. There were a couple of really, really great things that I loved about the experience. Number one, being in Agent 47's shoes in VR was absolutely stunning. Now, I know a lot of the PSVR folks already had this. This was my actual first time playing the game. And this is actually my first time playing a mission, and it was all in VR. So there were a few things that were absolutely stunning. Looking around in the world in this vast wasteland, right in the intro and the prologue, was beautiful. Being able to walk up the stairs and kind of getting stopped in my tracks based on the environment around me, or standing at the tippy top of the building in Dubai. Holy crap, it's absolutely stunning. And so there were some visual features of the game that were great, and it gave me a lot of hope that with a little bit more love and a little bit more attention, we can take some existing titles and bring them to life in virtual reality. There were also some really great details that I adored in the missions that I played. Like, for example, knocking over the toolbox and almost kind of having my heart skip a beat. I also loved how massive the world was. I mean, wow. The last big title game that I played was Alex, and that felt big. And this felt bigger. There was a lot to explore, maybe even too much to explore. And it'd be nice if potentially we were able to kind of compact it down into something a little bit more digestible. I know what they were trying to do. Give you the full Hitman experience in VR, spend $60, and you have, without question, every single mission possible. But it would have been nice to just pare that down a bit. Maybe we needed 1 to 2 to 3 missions in VR, cut the price point a bit, polish those up to get the full VR experience, and then, as the months come, roll out new content, keep us coming back for more. And last but not least, some of the assassination scenarios were kind of cool in VR. I actually didn't hate aiming with the left hand and being able to throw a knife or being able to hold my weapon of choice in the experience. All of it was actually pretty good and made for the time I spent with it a lot of fun. Now, those things also came with some negatives, which is kind of blatant, but I have to put them in here because it wouldn't be a comprehensive review without it. I struggled a bit with the fact that you could not use your left hand. In the PlayStation version, the hands are not there. I guess you just have one hand in the PlayStation VR version like this. But we have hands. I can't make a, oh, I can make a fist with just the right hand. I can only make a fist with just the right hand. I cannot make a fist with the left hand. That is very strange. Honestly, it's a little bit absurd that alienates a large portion of the population that is left-hand dominant. And so while alienating a large portion of our VR population, you've also limited the ability for us to do the things that we love to do most in VR. Those things include being able to dual wield, being able to increase interaction with objects. Maybe, for example, instead of forcing us to drag the bodies with both hands with one button click, maybe we do that and have that level of interactivity. Maybe we are able to check in our pockets or hold a drink in one hand and maybe feel like we're blending in. Maybe something innovative that way that could bring that experience in VR to a much higher level than it was before. Some of the interactivity was inconsistent at best. So there are times where I'm able to interact with, say, a toolbox and hold on for dear life at the top of this building. But at the same time, I'm not able to pick up a wine glass or champagne glass or anything like that. Feels a little bit weird. It made us feel like the hands were just there for show and not much more. There were also some weird, I'll call them bodily things. Things like my hands disappearing during cutscenes, or whether I'm hiding in a closet or blending in, or I looked down and I saw that I had weird looking feet. And so there's a lot of those things that didn't actually need to come to life. And many VR games just have our hands without arms, and a lot of the experiences are incredibly stellar. So I think a little bit more thought to how that works in the space would have been crucial to amplifying the way that the game came to life. So with that, my feedback is to have these, or any developer who's thinking about trying to port something to VR, think about the game or the experience being VR forward. And what that means is, instead of thinking of it as a game that I'm playing, think about it as an experience that I'm in. I have the ability to use my body. I can crouch, I can turn left and right. I have room scale, I have arms and hands that should be able to interact with the environment. Also add in some really interesting pieces of interactivity. Things like pushing open doors should not necessarily need to be a button push. Things like climbing a ladder should not need to be a button push. Okay, that's cool, but I see why some VR enthusiasts are upset about that. I'm not actually moving my hands, as you can tell. I'm just pushing up on the stick. You should be able to use your hands to the best of your ability to interact with the space. Opening windows, pushing things over, all of that are part of the experience. And that's why we go into VR. We don't go into it because the world is just beautiful. We go into it because we can interact with something that we've never been able to interact with before. I also felt like the whole dragging mechanic and crouching mechanic was very strange. Oh, I just automatically kneeled down. That's weird. And I'm like massaging his hand. What is happening here? What's wrong with my hands? Is this part of the, why can't I let go with my left hand? I'm using the game and I'm playing the game standing up, but I'm using button clicks to crouch down to perform actions, or using button clicks to drag. And I should be able to interact in a deeper way with the game, because the difference is I'm physically here, right? I'm physically present, and I want to use my body, my physical body, to interact with the game. That's the point of having a virtual reality. Not simply as a port of being in this Agent 47 shoes by just being here, but I want to physically feel like I have some agency in the space. And that was the huge miss. And that's it. Sun is setting. We're talking a lot here. Feel free to follow, hit that subscribe button, follow me on Twitch. I'd love to meet you live, and subscribe for more. Talk to you all later. Without further ado, we're going to try that over again.